everyone. Welcome back to episode 12 of TC 911 Beyond the Call, our Tarrant County 911 District podcast. I am your host, Abbey Dudek, the communications coordinator here at TC 911. And today, I decided to keep it in my own department and chat with my super communications intern, Jake Parker. Hi, Jake.
Hi, Abby. Thank you for having me on episode 12 of this amazing podcast.
Oh my gosh, you know what you are? You're welcome. So Jake and I work in the same room. We have a little setup for him. It's really quaint, homey. Some of the other staff members have given him decorations for his desk so that it's very welcoming. So Jake, tell us what it's like to be an intern at Tarrant County 911 District. This is your chance. This is your time.
Well, if you listen to the podcast, you can probably imagine that it's not ever boring or dull working with Abby. But it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed my time here. I started in January and just kind of been working ever since. So been doing a lot of different projects that I get to work with and the different staff. Some of them just get to work by myself on, and been enjoying it a lot so far.
Yeah, you hit the ground running. Jake we use the platform that we use for our website. Jake is very familiar with that, so he has taken on a lot of awesome projects and continuing to take projects on as we truck down this road, and that you're going to be working on with Levi and helping the district do some transitioning on how we want to handle certain things and stuff. So that's really exciting. And have we only done one public education outing? Was it at the school? Or we've done two?
Yeah, we did the one at the school, and then we did a Safety Smart Rally as well.
Oh, the Safety Smart Rally, yeah. That was a good experience. What'd you think of that? Because I've done a million of them, of course, so.
Yeah, they were actually really exciting. I'd never seen a Safety Smart Rally in person until we did that first one. I'd seen the video that we have on our YouTube channel. But the Safety Smart Rally was really cool, and it was cool seeing all the kids get engaged and get to learn about 911 through a pretty fun little event that we put on for them. And working with all the people from the radio station, they were great as well. And then the other event that we did where we just got to sit and talk with people at the health fair, that was also really good. I feel like we got to teach a lot of people about 911. And it wasn't just the kids. It was nice being able to reach out to people in the public, like the parents or the teachers that were at the school, and tell them about things like text to 911 and just all the other things that we have going on.
Mm-hmm. And I told Jake too that text to 911 is the number one message that we're trying to get out there. A lot of people don't know. So if you're joining us for the first time, you can text to 911, but no pictures, no emojis, no video, no audio. So no frowny face with a police car and a fire truck and a thumbs down or anything like that. You can't send any of that, unfortunately. So Jake, where do you go to school at?
Yeah, I go to school at Texas Wesleyan University over here in Fort Worth, so it makes it really convenient being able to, like 10 minutes from the offices here. So
that's super close.
Yeah, it's nice being able to stay here and then just quickly run over for class when I have that throughout the day and come right back and get back to work.
That's right. Do you hear that? Get back to work. I would just like to say that I am not a workhorse like that. He's just a good worker. I didn't pay him to say that. Get back to work. No. So what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in communications.
Okay.
This is actually my last semester at Texas Wesleyan, so I'll be graduating in May.
May 13th, right?
Probably.
Is it 13th?
That sounds about right.
Usually my memory is not so good, and yours is really good, so you always remind me of when things are.
That's fair. I also just try not to worry about when it is, because I know it's coming up.
You're done.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in you, man. You are done. That is awesome. Well, yeah, we definitely, myself and everyone here at the district has really been enjoying Jake here, and as he continues to do awesome things here, we like having him. So I think, they may want to keep you and kick me out. There might be that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be able to upgrade my desk at least.
You get the big chair.
Yeah.
You get the big chair.
Right now my desk is 6 cardboard boxes, I believe. It works well. We have a nice tablecloth over it, so we have a
tablecloth over it. And they're not as empty boxes. They actually have, which actually we're probably going to have to start whittling away because they're the dispatcher's gifts for Telecommunicator Appreciation Week, which is just 2 weeks away, or is it 3 weeks away?
Yes.
3 weeks away. And so they got some, I don't want to say what it is because I want them to be surprised.
They're very cool.
Yeah.
We can say that.
Yeah. If I say it, then it won't be. I like surprises. I like surprising people. It's just fun, just to get someone's smile on their face. But I'm going to have to take away from Jake's desk. So Jake also gets so normally talking about telecommunicator appreciation gifts, I usually deliver them by myself. I've been delivering them by myself for quite some time, but now Jake is I'm going to pass that torch to Jake, and he gets to go deliver some of the gifts on Wednesday, which obviously is, well, I guess people don't know, it's tomorrow, based on when this is recorded. So, week behind. But anyway, so you'll get to be able to go into different PSAPs, our public safety answering points, and drive around the district. Because normally it takes me about 3 days to get the deliveries done. If I hit the ground running, meaning that I start off at 7 o'clock in the morning and I end at 4 o'clock at night, 3 or 4 at night or something, then I was able to get them all done in 3 days. I've tracked it a couple times. But sometimes that kind of goes a little bit longer because, I have a lot of great relationships out there with a lot of our headset heroes, and you'll start talking. You haven't seen each other in a while, and you want to know how each other's dogs are doing or whatever. So, anyway, I think I only know one person that wants to drill you and just find out what you're about.
That's good to hear, at least.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, she's ready for you. So she wants to know all about you.
Well, it is an honor to be able to deliver the gifts this year. So
isn't that fun?
Should be fun.
Yeah, you'll definitely get to see a lot of different things out there. So on top of that, so Jake, what did you think when you found out about the internship? What was your first impression?
Well, I met Abbey at a conference, and then we started talking about the internship there. But at first, I was a little worried because I didn't know anything about 911 aside from the fact that I knew you could call it, and I figured Tarrant County seemed like a big enough area that you might be able to text it at this point. But I didn't really know anything about it, so I was a little worried about that. But I was able to kind of get assured and figure out that it was going to be a pretty good experience. I met with Abby, and she took me to the office, took a little tour around the building, and it ended up being really cool. So she convinced me that it'd be a good opportunity.
I'm an excellent salesperson.
Yeah, definitely. And you weren't wrong, which is nice. You didn't promise puppies and all the other things, but it's been really good so far, and I've really liked it. But yeah.
Excellent. Because I think a lot of times when people, I know that when I say where I work, or I'm sure where you tell people where you intern at, you have to explain it because, and I understand where people are coming from because they think, oh, you answer 911 calls. Oh, you're at a police department, or you're at the sheriff's department. But what is your best way? Because Jake has no public safety background at all. So this is first time getting his feet wet with public safety. And so how did you describe to people you work with dispatchers, or you answer 911 calls? Because I'm sure you get that a lot. Yeah,
that's what I get all the time. I'm still kind of working on my best answer for that, because if I say I'm the communications intern, they still think 911 communicator.
Oh, yeah.
What is
You're
that?
wearing a headset.
It's dispatcher. But I kind of have to just explain what the district is and how it's they provide support and technology for the PSAPs, which I also can't really say PSAPs because that's a word I only learned a couple weeks ago.
Oh, public safety answering point.
Yes.
It's okay. I actually make sure that every podcast we have, or anything I do, I explain what that is, because we may know, but everyone else doesn't know. I don't know certain, meanings at other industries. I don't know what Kroger may use for something that they do. So we'll have to explain that.
Yeah, I do feel like that's kind of a good perspective to bring in here, at least a little bit, because I know there's been some posts that you and I have been working on where I might look at it and say, oh, hey, maybe the general public might not know about this, because I still don't know everything about 911, what goes into it. I'm sure you know because I ask you a lot of questions. But I think you have like a great background in like your history working as a dispatcher and now in like the public education space. And then I have history of just not knowing anything. So I feel like it works well as a team.
It really does. It really does. And it brings, I highly recommend industries bringing in interns and, reaching out to universities and everything, because it does bring a fresher look or a fresher, like, perspective of things and newer things that might be coming out that Jake will know that I don't know anything about. Like, I didn't know anything about the, what was we talking about the other day? The AI thing?
Yeah, I think so. We were talking about...
that you can tell... Do we remember that? Something about the AI. You can talk and you can tell them how to do stuff. Besides our job, Jake educates me about what is going on in, different generations and stuff. So one of them, when we talk about like the AI stuff, the people can like, hey, write me a policy on this or write me a paper on this and whatever. And I've been hearing that more often. So it's like things like that. And I know it's like, well, that doesn't really have anything to do with... Well, sometimes, because you got to know what's going on or what people might have out there. And then where can that also almost cross each other with, oh, write me the rules of 911 or something like how does this thing know?
Yeah.
So where we're going into technology. And that does affect my job and his position too, is making sure that anything that may come out that if it's not correct or maybe it is correct or it's semi-correct or whatever, that we're able to get the right information out. So it's really important to stay on top of what's new and what's coming in, like new apps and new different platforms and where people are getting their information. So that way we're out there and then we can put the right information where all different age groups or all different publics, as we say, can see that. So Jake brings a lot of that to the table and whatnot. So, and it very quickly too, like he helped with the podcast stuff, like putting all that on the site and getting our little buttons. So all you awesome people out there can quickly just be like, oh, I listen on Spotify, or oh, I listen on Apple. I'll just hit this button right here. And you can access that all from our website. What do we have coming up, Jake? What's one of our, we're going to do videos.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because we have our public safety appreciation week.
We have public. It's, oh my gosh. We have, 911. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me re-roll my brain here. It's only Tuesday.
Yeah. Monday was just yesterday. So
Monday was just yesterday. So it's almost like, you're just still surviving. So we have April is just in another week. And we have April is 911 Education Month.
That's right.
So Jake and I will be putting out all sorts of fun information out there. Fun maybe how we might put it out there, but the information is good information where you can text and things to know when you call and what to expect and everything. So we're going to load our social media pages with all sorts of videos and whatnot on 911 education. And we welcome questions too, don't we, Jake?
Yes.
You can always message the page, message Facebook, message Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn. I don't know if you can message YouTube. I think I have the...
You can leave a comment.
I don't know if the comments are turned on. Maybe I should turn those on.
Yeah.
I think it automatically turned them off or something. I did not do that because I always welcome comments. So, and especially too, especially if it's questions that Jake and I can answer through the podcast, and we can do a Q&A and take all the questions that y'all may have. Because a lot of it comes into 911. When I'm out in the community, a lot of people have great questions on, well, how does this work? And what happens if this happens? And especially the kids, they have excellent questions. And we can always answer those for you. That's what we're here for. So, we'll have 911 Education Month. And then the second full week of April is the Telecommunicator Appreciation Week.
Yes.
And so Jake will be working on a few things to put out to show appreciation from us to all of the headset heroes out there. And because Jake, you're pretty good with the camera. and the editing skills too.
Definitely been putting a lot of what I've learned so far into more practical experiences working here, doing a lot of video editing and going out to the PSAPs and recording. That was a lot of fun too. Mm-hmm. I know, like, we have all those videos that we're going to be making coming up. We also have we're going to make some promotional videos for the Cycle Nation event.
Oh yeah, the Cycle Nation
American
thing.
Heart. Yeah, maybe we can, and we're raising funds for that. If anyone would like to, it goes until May. Oh my gosh, it's May 19th or May 17th or something like that, and we're raising funds. You can find it on our social media. And if we get up to 1,000, they'll give us another bike. Now, these are stationary bikes, because I should have probably put that out there, because people probably think we're going to be racing around downtown Arlington or something, because that Texas Live. But so Jake and I have come up with this idea of making videos and putting that out there. And basically, Levi's going to be our funny relief on that, I think. Yeah, I think Levi's going to do a great job. It's time to shine in the spotlight. Yeah.
He always does a great job. He's always game for any time that I'm like, hey, would you like to be? Yes.
Yeah.
You have to finish the sentence. So that'll be fun. So you'll have that going on.
Mm-hmm. And can you remind us what the fundraiser's for again?
Oh, right. So Cycle Nation. So we're raising money for, technically it's American Heart Association. It's through the stroke division of American Heart Association. And so that money goes to American Heart Association for research and all sorts of things to help with those that have heart and vascular diseases and things like that. So that, of course, is near and dear to my heart, since I am a vascular patient and have a rare situation in my life. But I have lots of support, even from my intern Jake and my staff and fellow people in the industry and out of the industry too. So we welcome people to actually come and cheer us on as we ride the bike, because Levi's riding the bike. So we got to explain that. That's what kind of where we're using Levi for that. So we're coming up with ideas. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll start that beginning of April too.
Yeah, should be a good time.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot. Your editing skills and videography is going to be stellar by the end of April. I think.
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident about that.
Get a lot of practice in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you have graduation coming up. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? If you could pick anything to do, Jake, what would be Jake's landing point? I know it's here, but that's okay. Yeah. You can tell what your second would be.
It feels like a job interview again. But this time with microphones.
Yes.
Yeah. I think definitely long term, I want to kind of do what I'm doing now, where I'm getting to share information with the public through different channels. So doing photos, videos, storytelling with writing, and just kind of, I like doing the work here at 911 because it's a really good thing. Teaching kids and adults about the importance of 911 and getting to educate the public about that. That's something I've really enjoyed about this job specifically. So whether it's here or somewhere else, I definitely would like to do something that has an impact, but still be able to use my skills of communications to be able to do that.
And it's not just, so here's the thing, it's, there's public relations, communications and such, but there's so much that goes into that. Jake has shown me stellar graphic design qualities and videography qualities, because you have to have an eye for that kind of stuff too, obviously to make sure things look balanced or it looks correct or whatnot. And Jake has really put the wow factor in me of things he's created in 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, okay, you're done. Well, all right, great. This looks amazing. Good job. So we definitely continue that. The content writing, that's great, because that can also be on social media, because you have access to, I think I gave you access to do that.
Some of them, sure. I believe.
Yeah. To write whatnot and stuff. And I will be vacating the premises for a while, not to actually use my vacation time. So I'm gonna pass the torch on to Mr. Jake from TC91. I don't think I mentioned that at all yet.
I'm surprised we didn't say that off the top.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, let me start over. I'm here with Jake from TC911, And so everyone here in the building, anytime I say Jake, or he says what if he's introducing himself, someone from our staff will say Jake from TC911. It's, you know what? It makes us laugh.
Yeah.
I know it's cliche, but it makes us laugh. It makes us laugh.
It's an easy way to remember the name too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In case I forget, because
Yes.
sometimes I forget what my intern's name is.
Yeah, I mean, all the other brands did all the advertising for me, and then now I can just take the well-recognized name and use it for myself.
In with TC91.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And it's nice because our business name can be abbreviated shorter.
Yes.
Because it'd be hard to be like Jake from Tarrant County 911 District. Like that's...
Yeah, it doesn't flow as well.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as TC911 does. That's excellent. But he's not wearing a red polo and khakis, just for the record.
Yeah, not today.
Not today.
We're still working on that one.
I know, we got to get another red polo, and then you can definitely have the whole roll. I don't know if that comes with any copyright infringements or anything.
Let's hope not.
We're not using the other business name where that drives from, so we should be safe.
Yeah.
And we don't sell anything, so we're okay.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
If we get a letter in the mail, we'll know I need to change my wardrobe.
You have to change your shirt.
Yeah.
Put a white shirt on.
Yes.
There you go. Well, that is excellent, Jake. Well, again, like I said, we have a great working relationship. I really enjoy working with you. I love bouncing ideas and everything off of you, because one of the things with having an intern and starting to grow your leadership role is, you should learn something from, not only he learns from me and my coworkers, but we like to learn something from you. And I learn stuff from you all the time. Or I always like, is this all right? Do you think we should do this? What do you think? I want, opinions are, everyone's opinion has some value to it, and so I like to get that from Jake. And a lot of times he'll be like, no, I think we should do this. And I'm like, oh, you know what? You're totally right. Let's do that. So I'm very addicted to that and having that, because Jake left me last week for spring break. And it was just, I was sad. I just moped around in my office. People came by and checked on me. I'm like, where's okay? Well, Jake's gone. Jake from TC91 is on spring break. So it'll be different when you graduate too, because there won't be any spring breaks. It's called vacation time.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as spring breaks unless you create your own. Mm-hmm. So that's fun. That's always nice to tell the kids in elementary schools. They're always like, oh, it's spring break. And then I think they assume that you have, that I have it off too. At least one kid did, and I talked. And they're like, oh, where are you going? I'm like, work. I'm going to work. So what are, I totally had a question and I totally forgot it, but that'll happen. I'll think about it after we finish. Yeah. And then, I don't know, maybe plug it back in. Maybe not. Probably not. So, well, I'm glad that you really enjoy working here, and that, the staff is, I told you, our staff is, it's like one big family. Mm-hmm. We're like brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, all that jazz. And we're very much here to support each other and whatnot. So if you could, here's a good one. I'll put you on the spot. If you could pick one employee that entertains you the most, which employee from TC91 entertains you the most? Or is it more like, I guess should say, make you laugh, or always has you like, oh, God, they're so funny, or did something?
Oh man, I think everybody here is a character in their own way.
That is true.
Yeah, because I get to work with you every day, so that's always,
and I'm
always interesting.
Yes, never boring.
And if I go down to the other end of the building, I might run into Kevin. Which I think it was my second or third day here, and we got to record his podcast, which if you haven't listened to is amazing.
What episode is that? Is that
episode
3 or 4?
3 or 4. It's the one with Kevin.
It's the one with Kevin.
Yeah.
So read the description. And if you haven't listened to Kevin's podcast, that was pretty much, that was like your second day. Yeah. And then you got to introduce yourself to Kevin. Mm-hmm. So, yes, Kevin is, you know what? He's definitely great on keeping things light and stuff, but then when it's time to be like, hey, we have this going on. Mm-hmm. So your interaction with Kevin was, in one word, maybe 2 or 3.
It was a experience in audio. Just being able to enjoy the sounds and
It
words.
It was an ASMR.
It was.
If you don't know what ASMR is, what's the best way of describing ASMR? Like,
it's like noises and stuff.
And if you talk really light, and some people get relaxed, it's like a trigger that some people have.
Yeah, I know people like they might listen to it to go to sleep and just relax a little bit.
So Kevin's, if you are having trouble sleeping and you want to relax, episode 4 is the episode for you.
Yes.
Except for my voice comes chiming in there like a wrecking ball, but Kevin's is very soothing.
Yes.
So you have to give mad props to Kevin.
We should just have him record a ASMR video.
A TC911 ASMR video, and then all he talks about is the do's and don'ts about 911. That's actually a really good idea. I wonder if he'd be down with that. Okay. Well, now we're like, we got our next project.
Yeah,
Kevin.
we'll write that one down.
That is a good one. So Kevin is one of the
Yeah, and I mean, you get to say hi to Tony when you go to the front desk, which is always great. She'll give me a hard time if you give me an actual intern job, like going to get gas for the Sally car.
She doesn't. What did she say? I'll get my own gas.
Yeah, pretty much. She's making you go get gas right now. How mean.
I'm such a horrible coach and leader. But he even said too, I have to give him some jobs that he expects as an intern.
Yeah,
which is very few and far between.
Yeah, you don't make me go get coffee and make coffees for everybody. So
well, I don't drink coffee. If I drink coffee, oh my gosh, that I think something would explode. Like the building or my desk or something like that. Yeah. That's not going to happen. I can't have a lot of sugar or caffeine. That's bad days. But no coffee. It's very much like Sally car maintenance.
Yeah.
And you're really good at that too.
Just a little hidden skill I had apparently. Yeah,
the hidden skill. Like the fact that I didn't realize that I was trying to clean the windshield forever, and I'm like, it just had an oil change. Why is there no fluid in here? And then it got disconnected somehow. Yeah, I don't even know how that happened.
The wiper fluid hose was just unplugged, so we were just spraying wiper fluid into the hood pretty much.
Which I didn't even dawn on me that was happening as I kept hitting it all the time. And then I was like, oh, that's why it kind of maybe smells a little funky, because the engine would get warm and then wiper fluid would be all over it. I have no idea. I don't have a lot of experience in vehicle maintenance. I can change a tire though.
That's always important.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
No, wait, you know what? Maybe I should say I changed my own personal car's tire, but I haven't changed Sally's tire. And that could be different because depending on the type of car you have, like where your spare is or how it's done, right? Because Sally's a Ford and I drive a Chevy to, it's what is that? A rivalry?
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
That's why we have Discount Tire down the road.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I love them. A lot of plugs in here for different companies. So feel like the sponsor our next cell phone Sally car.
Yes.
That'd be great.
We put ads on Sally like a race car pretty much.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
it's a good idea.
Yeah, and that's one thing we have to give, and Sally gets a facelift in June, so we'll be able to work on that and see what we want to do. We should put our own faces on it.
Yes, that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I don't think Sherry or our other admin will have any problem with that.
No.
Sometimes it's better just to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, I mean, we could just put Sherry on the car.
We could put Sherry on it. We could put all of us on it. Like, we can actually make animated versions of our faces and put it all over and then just make people guess. But then they're going to want to know, so then they actually gives them to go to our website.
Yeah.
This is great. Hey, everybody else enjoying? I hope you're enjoying our brainstorming session that we are deciding to have right now on our podcast.
Only good ideas too.
Only good ideas. Yeah. So definitely the animated TC91 staff. Maybe if we do like a group thing on the back.
Yeah.
Like make our avatars of all of us, and then we're all waving.
Yeah, like the little stick figure families. Just do that, but for all 738 dispatchers we have.
Yeah, I would like to put all the dispatchers, but what is the total of dispatchers? I have it as of today, 732. In our district.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
There'd be a lot of stick figures on the window.
I don't think we'd be able to fit all that or make it look appropriate where it would make sense.
Yeah,
but if we did the TC91 family, the office, that could be a group.
That one could work.
That could be a group of avatars on the back of the car, and we're all waving, and then it's just maybe there's a big bubble that says like follow us at Facebook. I don't know. You know what? I don't even know where we're going with this. But it's fun because we'll just go on forever on our brainstorming. So, Jake, do you have any final thoughts for us, Jake from TC 911?
I don't have any. Not really any thoughts ever, but tell your friends to text 911 if they need to, or they could call it as well.
In emergency only.
Yes,
Jake.
in emergency only. But
not for
people don't know that you can text 911. So
yeah, text 911. Emergency only, not if. And don't test it to see if it works. Trust us. Here,
it works.
It works. We tell you it works. Our great tech team has made sure it works. So you don't need to test it and see, I wonder if it really works. Yes, it does. In Tarrant County. And even in our surrounding counties, too, here in North Texas also. And if you're not sure, and let's say you're listening to us from another area, another state, then you can actually call your non-emergency number and ask them if text to 911 is available, or message them on their police pages or something like that. A lot of times, public safety is easy to get a hold of if you message them on their social media. So, with that being said, that is the great information that Jake's going to leave us is call if you can, text if you can't. I love it. Good job, Jake, in pressing that. Yes, we do need to do that. So thank you, Jake, for enduring this amazing podcast of episode 12.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's a good time, right? Hopefully we've educated some in this. Well, we have educated our work process.
Yes.
Or how we do. Because what you hear is literally what we do in the office. We're like, we should do this, we should do that, we should do that, we should do this. So you'll be able to see it.
Typically a little bit better ideas, but...
Better ideas. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I think we should really balance around where we can fit these TC 911 avatars.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Where can we
maybe we should.
We could see where we can fit that. Print them out and hang them around the office.
Yeah.
And see if anybody says anything like, wait a minute, that looks like me.
Yes.
That is you. So we can see that. So, anywho, thank you, Jake, and thank you all for listening. You can listen on several platforms, including our website for TC911 Beyond the Call podcast. And again, thanks for listening today, and join us every Monday for a new podcast. And I hope that you have a fabulous week.